Good evening, everyone. Hope you're doing well. As you can tell, I lost my voice the other day, so I'm trying to get through this here. So I do apologize if I sound a little funnier than normal. But tonight I wanted to hop in here and discuss some more common mistakes that I see landscapers make over and over with their Google business profile. Now, if you watched last week, I did another video kind of talking about some other common mistakes. Um, and just going through more and more people's profiles here recently, I've been seeing some common mistakes that I didn't discuss last time. So I kind of wanted to share those with you. And the Google Business Profile is a very inexpensive tool. It's free. It's a easy tool for most of us to use to help get ranked higher in Google. And it is something that I think many landscapers really underutilize and really take advantage of. So tonight, I want to open this up. If you guys have any questions on anything that I talk about or anything with Google Business Profile, let me know in the chat. Actually, let me know if you can hear me and where you're from. I'd love to see that. But I do want to dive into some of the common mistakes that I see. And this one should be pretty simple, something that most of us should understand, but I think we all don't get it. And that is having good quality photos on your website, or not on your website. Well, you want those on your website, but good quality photos on your Google Business Profile. And what do I mean by good quality photos? Obviously, we can use our cell phones and get out our phones and take really nice photos with that. We want to make sure when we're taking that photo that we are looking at it from the customer's point of view, from the customer's eyes. So if you're taking a photo of whatever, you just trim some shrubs up, but you step back and the yard's full of weeds or just looks like crap, or there's stuff on the sidewalk, we don't want that in there. We want to make sure we're capturing what the customer is going to see. We want to make sure we're capturing it. It looks really nice, looks very presentable. So if there's garbage in the background or it looks like a message, or a truck's in the background that that's open and you can see all the tools hanging out, we don't want that. We want to present an image to our customers that we are professional, that we do high quality work. And when we have these common things in there that look like crap, that's not good. The same principle we're doing here is the same principle we want to be applying to our websites too. We want to have all these good quality photos on there. And going through some of these photos here recently on some different Google business profiles, I've been seeing some really lackluster photos. The other thing I've been seeing too is people stop putting photos on. They'll put photos on, one every 6 months, one every year, or something like that. We want to be adding photos to our Google business profile on a pretty regular basis. And the more activity you are doing on Google business profile, Google likes that. Google is going to help push that up. And I don't remember exact stat. I think it's like 35% more clicks if you have high quality photos on your website. So 35 more clicks on your web to get to your website from Google Business Profile just by having good quality photos. And again, this is something that we need to go in there and update. What's going on, guys? We have All Cancer Landscaping from Winchester, New York. Appreciate you guys being here. Birch Lawn Care, Green Roots, HL Lopez, Green Roots. I guys appreciate you guys being here. If you guys have any questions, we're talking about Google Business Profile and some of the common mistakes I see. And again, the first one is just not utilizing all the way and not putting good quality photos. And I talked about some of the things that we see landscapers not using with those photos. With the Google Business Profile, and the same principle goes as your website, we want to be using before and after photos. And we're taking those before and after photos, in my opinion, you want to be taking it from the exact same location or relatively close. I've seen some before after photos, and it's like taken from an angle on this side, and then the next thing is taken from an angle on this side, and it doesn't look right, doesn't match up, and your eyes are like, what? Are you trying to figure out what's going on in this picture? So you really want to make sure you're okay. I'm setting my camera up here, I'm pointing it this way, and this is where I'm going to take my photo from. So make sure you guys are using that as in a proper way and taking it the same way, or same view, I should say, same perspective. And we want to capture whatever you're doing before and what we're doing after. And it should be a significant difference. It may look significant when you step back and look at everything, but again, we want to look at it from the customer's view. And if you are taking it, it doesn't look great on the photo, don't use that photo. We want to make sure there's a significant difference. When I was looking at somebody's platform earlier, somebody's Google business profile earlier, they tried taking it before and after of some bushes that were trimmed, and they really only took off, I don't know, a few inches of the shrub that they trimmed up. And it was very hard to tell. I'm like, what the hell did they do? I couldn't tell the difference before and after. And then I started really looking at the shape of the shrub that they trimmed, and you could see the roundness a little bit more defined, but it was very difficult for me to see. So again, we need to be looking at everything we do and everything we put out there through the customer's eyes. And when you put it up there, step back, or if you don't even see it, ask somebody else, ask a family member, ask a friend, hey, does this look good, before you put it up there? Because it's very important. Slightly off topic here. When people are going to Google or searching for a landscaper near me or a landscaper near your city or town, they are in the buying mode typically. And what I mean by this is they're going to the Google business profile to find somebody to spend some money with, and they want to see these good quality photos. They want to be looking for somebody right then and there. And that's one of the first things that comes up is that in Google Map Pack, I mean, you have the local service ads and you have your map pack below that. And that's the first thing we go through. And people start, maybe hit the more businesses, another thing pops up and they start seeing all these people have photos on there. They're going to start looking into those photos. They want to see what's going on. And then they might go to the website. So this is why it's so important to have good quality photos on there. One thing I do want to share too with the photos, do not put your phone number on there. You could put your logo on there or your company name, but do not put your phone number on there. That goes against Google's policies, and it may not even get put up there, or it could get removed at some point. So make sure we're using good quality photos on both your website and your Google business profile. It is utmost importance. I do want to share with you here real quick too. We do have a workshop coming up this Thursday. It's February 8th at 6 p.m. Central Time, where we are going to take a deep dive into Google Business Profile. We're going to talk about some advanced techniques, and they're very simple. When I say advanced, I'm not meaning it's difficult to do, but there's some things that most people don't even know or aren't even aware of that are on the Google Business Profile that we're going to share with you that you guys can take advantage of. And we're doing it for $25, guys. It's a very cheap workshop. It's going to be packed full of great information. And you can watch it anytime. We'll have a couple downloads for you guys as well. So I encourage you guys, get in this thing, take advantage of it. Google is absolutely free. You might as well take advantage of it. And there's a lot of things that it can be done to help boost your rankings and get more customers, which we all want. So make sure you guys take advantage of that. The link's below. It's $1,000,000landscaper.com/GBP workshop. So make sure you guys get signed up for that. Again, the first mistake we see again is landscapers not using good quality photos. The next one is kind of using, and this is not too crazy bad, but I do still see it sometimes, is keyword stuffing. And what I mean by keyword stuffing is, putting in, if you're whatever, ABC Outdoors is your landscape company name, ABC Outdoors, and that's your name. You put it in Google, and then afterwards you put in landscaping services or irrigation services, or you list all these things out and you're putting all these keywords in there, hoping when people type landscaping near me or irrigation services near me, that's going to boost your rankings. And it goes back and forth. I will say when you put it in the name, it definitely goes against Google's policies and you can get removed for that. So I don't really recommend that. The other part I see people putting a bunch of keywords in and putting a bunch of like services in is your description. That's not necessarily what we want to do. You want to have a couple things in there, but we don't want to be just stuffing all these keywords in there. Or if you're doing the updates or posts that are in there, it's good to have keywords in there, but just putting them in there one after another where it doesn't even make sense in the whatever you're writing out, whether it's the description, it doesn't make sense at all. It looks like a robot wrote it out. So we want to make sure we are not just piling in all these keywords in there. But again, if you put keywords after your name, you can get your account suspended. Not super likely, but it can happen. What I've been seeing more and more is actually Google is going in there and just removing the keywords. Um, one little trick that I kind of learned too, though, and this is up on you. This is kind of a moral, ethical type of thing. If you see your competitor out there outranking you, and this is something I haven't personally done, I just heard people have done this though, is if you see your competitor out there and their name is whatever it is, ABC Outdoors, and they put ABC Outdoor slash city, town, and then services they provide in their name, you can actually go in there and flag them. And, Google can actually go in there and, move their rankings down and actually remove those things down. Because again, people are putting these in there to help boost their rankings. I get it. And there's a pretty big significance if putting those words in there. But as a competitor, you don't want them ranking higher. You want them to be lower than you. You're a better landscaper. So I've heard people going in there and looking at, making sure their names match what their physical name is. If it doesn't, then you can go flag it with Google, and it, over time it could get removed. And I've heard people making this as part of their not policy, but their way to, outrank their competitors in this. So to me, it's kind of a moral, ethical type of thing to look at, but that is something that could be done. But again, we don't want to be stuffing keywords everywhere. We did touch on this one a little bit last week, was having outdated information. We want to make sure all the information is in Google Business Profile is correct. So you want to make sure you have your address is correct, your phone number is correct. Any information about your business, the services you provide in there, make sure they're correct. Those categories, make sure everything is in there is up to date, correct. Your hours are up to date and correct as well. Maybe you did Google Business Profile a couple of years ago, or at the time, Google My Business, you did it a couple of years ago, but now you've changed services. So you don't want those people calling you up and asking if you do irrigation. You gave up irrigation a year ago. So we want to make sure all that information is staying up to date and, correct. Google does check every once in a while to make sure what you have on there is correct. And, they can suspend your account if they don't think it's a legit business and they start seeing things are off. So just kind of keep that in mind. The last time too, we also talked about is reviews. Reviews are very important. Obviously, we all want those reviews. We want to make sure that we are going and responding to all those reviews, whether they're good, whether they're bad. We want to make sure we're responding to all our Google reviews. If they're bad, be polite about it. If it's you don't think it's your customer, let them know, like, hey, Mrs. Smith, I see you gave me this review, but I don't have you in my records as a customer. We'd love to resolve this issue. Would you mind reaching out to us and put your phone number in there? It shows that you're, good faith. If another person's reading that and they see that, oh, this must be a fake review, and they'll kind of blow it off. Or if you've had an employee, don't get crappy about it. Just, respond to it in a professional manner and just let it go. Google does not adjust your rankings based on your star, how many stars you've got. So just keep that in mind. Obviously, we want to have higher stars, and, we all want to shoot for 5 stars, but having a 4, 4.5, 4.8, whatever is not terrible. So keep that in mind. But again, we have to be responding to all those reviews there. It's should be just something that you normally do, put it in your calendar. You do this every month or whatever it is, depending on how consistent you are getting reviews. That's another thing, is making sure you're being consistent with your reviews. We want to be asking all our customers. It does set off a red flag if you all of a sudden say this month, hey, I'm going to reach out to all my customers, ask them for a review. For one, you're probably not going to get them just because it's been so long maybe since you talked to them. But if you start getting like 100 reviews all of a sudden, Google thinks that's like a spam or a robot doing all that, and it might flag your account and could suspend your account. So we want to be consistent when you're getting reviews. We want to create some kind of procedure. We're going through asking for all these reviews with our customers. So make sure you guys are doing that. Um, and then the last thing is just making sure you're using all the features inside the Google Business Profile. And this is something that we are going to be diving in, excuse me, in our Google Business Profile workshop coming up February 8th, again, this Thursday at 6 p.m. It's going to be an awesome webinar. We're going to talk about 60 minutes or so, and we're going to open up for a live Q&A. I would like for everybody to have their business verified already so we can kind of, or at least started their business profile, because I would like for this to be kind of one-on-one. I want to work through this thing with everybody here that's in the workshop and make sure everybody's understanding what I'm doing and they can see on my screen, and we can kind of work through and make sure everything's filled out properly and we get it all set up. So you guys have an amazing season. So hop in that webinar, that workshop. It's happening again, February 8th, 6 p.m. Central Time. It's going to be recorded so you guys can watch this anytime, so you can go through it. If you don't get it all, you don't have time to do it all, you can come back later on. It's only $25, guys. You can't beat that. What's up, Justin? Appreciate you being here. Justin is one of our Academy members, so I appreciate you guys being here. But you guys have any questions about Google Business Profile, how you can use it, the reviews or anything like that, let me know. Love to help you guys out. I do apologize for the voice. I lost my voice last week, got sick, and it's still not, I mean, it's better. I can at least talk, but I do apologize for that. I had to cancel some podcasts and all that good stuff because of the stupid voice. So, and of course, this week we got the workshop. So, but if anybody has any questions, let me know. I'd love to kind of help you out. We had some great questions last week about the reviews and everything. So let me know if you guys have anything. If not, I appreciate you guys being here. Hopefully you guys get registered for that workshop. Again, it's February 8th at 6 p.m. Love to see you guys there. Love to help you guys get your business profile all set up and cranking and ready to go for the season. Guys, it's an amazing tool that you guys can use. It links with your website. And it's one of the first things many people are searching for when a customer is going online to search for somebody, they're typing in landscaper near me, irrigation services near me, sprinkler repair near me, landscape lighting near me, or city or town, whatever. So you want to be ranked as high as possible in Google. And if you're not sure where you're at on Google, I encourage you, if you use something like Google Chrome, there's called incognito mode. Go up to the, go to Google Chrome and click on the menu, go to incognito mode, and then type in landscapers near me or landscapers near whatever city or town that you're in that you want to get ranked in, and look at that map pack and see where you're at. We want to be higher, because if you're down pages down, you're probably not going to get found very easily. So in today's day and age, it is 100% necessary to be online and be active online, and using Google Business Profile is an easy, free way to do it. And I encourage everyone to get it set up. Again, it's something that I feel is really underutilized. And in this workshop, we're going to dial into some of these features that you probably didn't even know were available in there. So check that out. All right, guys. Well, if there's no questions, I appreciate you guys being here. Scrolling through the screen, make sure no questions that I missed. If not, all right, guys. I hope you guys have a great night, and we'll be talking to you soon. See ya.